If you want to know what's going to happen in streaming in 2022, I'm going to go through 5 predictions and even tell you who I think will be the big winner in streaming this year. Coming up on the Streaming Insider. What's up, streamers? Happy New Year. We are back for 2022. We are going to start out with some predictions. But before I get going, make sure you hit the like button. The more people who like this, the more people see it, and the more great content I can keep bringing to you. And if you want a new video every single week, make sure you hit subscribe, because we're going to be bringing you some great content this year and you're not going to want to miss it. And also, remember last year we hit 10,000 subscribers? Well, someone won a Roku Ultra, and you know who that winner is? Well, go down to the description below. You'll see if you won and how you can redeem that Roku Ultra. But let's get predicting. There are a million things that I could predict when it comes to streaming this year, and there's a whole range from the slightly possible to the mostly impossible. And when you see predictions lists, you get that full range. So what I am going to predict are things that I think will happen this year. In December, we saw a live TV streaming service raise the price in Hulu Live TV, going from $64.99 to $69.99, but now including the Disney bundle. So one of my predictions this year is we will see 2 other streaming services raise their prices, and it probably won't be that far in the future. I bet Fubo TV and YouTube TV will increase their price to $69.99 this year. YouTube TV just re-upped deals with NBC Universal and Disney this past December, so I expect those will drive their costs up, which ultimately will be passed on to you. Fubo TV hasn't directly raised their price in a while. Yes, they have added a regional sports fee in many markets, but it did come with the addition of regional sports in many markets that didn't have them already, like in Vegas with AT&T Sportsnet and in Chicago with Marquee Sports Network. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that price go up to $69.99. And in fact, their CEO more or less told you that was going to happen.
Anyone can afford to raise prices on consumers. It's going to be Fubo.
But that is not the only thing that's going to happen with Fubo TV this year. I expect they will reach a deal with Warner Media to bring TNT, TBS, CNN, and the collection of Warner Media-owned channels to the streaming service. During the ESPN and YouTube TV blackout, there was a tweet from the CEO of Fubo TV, David Gandler, when someone was asking about TNT and TBS. And in my opinion, it's not a matter of if these channels will come, it's a matter of when. TNT now carries the NHL, NBA, and TBS carries MLB, and you will need them to watch playoff games on all 3 of those sports. And if you want to be a sports-focused streaming service, you kind of have to have sports. But it's not only that, because at some point Fubo TV may not have a choice but to add these channels. That's because their deal with Discovery, who is buying Warner Media, ends this year. And if they need to re-up with Discovery, they will likely have to get Warner Media channels as well. I'm going to give you a sports prediction right now, but at the very end, I'm going to tell you which streaming service I think will be the big winner in 2022. But there are a lot of conversations about where NFL Sunday Ticket will end up. While there is 1 year left with exclusivity with DirecTV, starting in the 2023 season, there may be a new home for NFL Sunday Ticket. And I feel like this year we will know where it might end up. And I'm gonna predict it's gonna end up on ESPN Plus. I think ESPN Plus has figured out how to build a supplementary sports streaming bundle. They took over the NHL's out-of-market package, NHL TV, and now include it in your ESPN Plus subscription. They did the same with MLS and MLS Live. They also have 2 out-of-market MLB games that they take from MLB TV, and I think the NFL Sunday Ticket package makes the most sense. I don't think it will be bundled in and included, but I do think it will move over and be a pay-per-view on top of your ESPN Plus subscription at a much lower price than the $300 and $400 you need to pay right now to get Sunday Ticket online through DirecTV. But that's not the only NFL change that's going to happen. The NFL is actually trying to sell half of the NFL Network and NFL Red Zone and NFL.com, and I think Amazon will be the buyer. And I think one of the core reasons they are going to do it, I think they're going to bring NFL Red Zone to Prime Video. Just like they have NBA TV for $7 a month that you can get through Prime Video, I think NFL Red Zone will be an option on Amazon Prime Video as a paid Prime Video channel. I think it is a perfect combination for those who are going to get exclusive Thursday Night Football games on Amazon starting in 2022. Currently, NFL Red Zone is available for $35 a season through the NFL app, but wouldn't it be nice to get NFL Red Zone on your big screen through Prime Video? Well, I think that's going to happen in 2022. For those who want to watch regional sports networks, prediction number 4 is for you. Bally Sports has said they are going to launch a direct-to-consumer product for their Bally Sports regional sports networks in 2022 by the start of the MLB season. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they're going to be able to get cable and satellite distributors on board, and I don't think they will have enough MLB rights. Currently, they only have it for about 4 teams, so I don't think they will be launching it in time for the MLB season. They did just reach a deal with the NHL for direct-to-consumer rights in market for about 12 NHL teams, but that won't come until the fall, and they still need to get cable and satellite distributors on board, which I'm still not sure is going to happen. So if I was going to be a betting man, I would say a direct-to-consumer streaming service from Bally Sports ain't coming in 2022. And now, my final prediction before I tell you who I think is going to be the big streaming winner this year. I think NBC Universal is going to remove some of their content from Hulu. The Wall Street Journal published a report in November that they were thinking about what they're going to do, but it's a bit complicated. They're able to remove their content from Hulu starting this year. The problem is they don't necessarily have an incentive to do so. That's because Comcast still owns a third of Hulu, and Disney is buying that stake in 2024 for a indeterminate sum of money with a minimum value of $27 billion for the entire company. So the question is, do you remove your content from Hulu and reduce the value of the business, or do you keep it on there and keep the value higher? So this is what I think will happen. I think NBC Universal will move all that content to Peacock, but still keep it on Hulu, but you won't be able to watch it right away. If you want to watch it immediately, you'll be able to watch it next day on Peacock. If you're willing to wait a little bit, you'll be able to watch NBC shows on Hulu. So those are 5 surefire predictions that I know for a fact I am 100% sure, absolutely correct about, and there is no chance that I won't look back in a year and say, Jason, you are a moron. But before I leave you, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to be the big winner in streaming in 2022. If I was going to make a bet, I think this year is going to be all about HBO Max. Their content is hitting on all cylinders, but on top of that, they are merging with Discovery, and I think they're going to be able to bring HBO Max, Discovery Plus, and even their upcoming news service CNN Plus, which launches this spring, under one house or even one price. Well, that's it. Those are my predictions for 2022. Let me know in the comments below, am I crazy? Not in general about this. Let me know what you think about what my predictions are. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more. And if you want to follow us all year long, visit us at thestreamable.com for the latest in streaming news. For The Streamable, I'm Jason. Have a great week.